Hi, my name's Rose, and this is like take 3 this morning. But I wanted to do this kefir cheese really quick for you because I did a video the other day and I was like 22 minutes. So I'm going to kind of just go through this really quick for people that only got 2 or 3 minutes. This was like my cup overfloweth here. Let me back up a little and see. These are the little filters that I use. These are for making coffee. That's what they're really designed for. But I used them when I saw these. I thought, oh wow, I can use this for my kefir cheese, because I had something else rigged up that I used for it. But this is a whey at the bottom, so when you have, like, you know, your curds and whey, that's what that's all about. The whey is all the liquid that comes from the cheese or the milk, whatever it is, and that you can use this for a lot of different things. You can look up on the internet and see different ways to use it. You can feed it to livestock or your animals. You can drink it yourself. You can put it in your smoothies. You know, I don't really have a lot of it, so I don't usually use it. I just low carbing it, ketogenic. So this is what I'm doing, and it's kind of like the same carbos as like cream cheese or something like that would be. So it's pretty low. Someday I'll have to. I did calculate it once, and it was low. So this is the product that I have to put it in another container, but this is what I use. This is what we're going to talk about. Okay, so that's a kefir cheese. Now, this is. The other day I did it and the whole thing dumped out. So this is my kefir milk, and I've had these kefir grains, which are live kefir grains, in this milk for 24 hours. So I'm just going to set those here right now. And then I have my spatula here. Get a new one. I was going to try to be so organized today. Anyway, here we go. So all I do, every morning I do this. It's like every 24 hours I have to do this. And I put the kefir milk. Now, if I wanted to drink this, you could go not maybe as long, take the grains out, and then just shake it up, and all the curds, they all break up, and it turns into like it's a milk. It's like drinking liquid yogurt. And you can do that if you want. Being ketogenic, I'm not going to do that. I want the cheese from it because I want to use it for dessert. You know, when I want something sweet, then I mix, where did I put it? I mix, oh, you can get Swerve or erythritol, any of those things, stevia. Just stay away from Splenda and Sweet and Low and all those things. So this is really, really low carb, and it's actually good for you. It's really good for you. So my whole idea in doing keto and cultured is to try to encourage everybody as we're doing the keto. Oh, see, all it did is it filled 2 of these. Okay, so I'm good. So what I want to do now is I want to open up my little bundle here, kefir grains. And you can get these tea bags. These are for tea, actually. So if you want to make your own tea, they're just little muslin sacks. And I was doing the kefir grains, though, I should say milk kefir grains before, and I could not fish them out of the milk. I mean, it was like, oh, I had to do this through the whole batch. So I thought, oh, I'll put them in a bag. And then you can kind of see, I do this so I can rinse them off a little. I know it looks kind of funky, huh? There's one, I can feel that. There's another one. And they grow. I bought them, and I probably only had maybe this small amount right here. I don't even think it was a teaspoon. And it was like, with the shipping and everything, it cost me about $15, which was a pretty good deal, actually. I did buy some others. I'm just making sure there's no more in here, and there's no more in here. And I'm going to rinse my hands. Don't go away. I got one that was like $4.99, and I thought, oh, yippee. But when it came, it looked like it was dead. I mean, there was really nothing, no substance to it, and I mixed it in with this grain, and so I wasted my money. But for, you know, for $15, I got this nice amount. Okay, so I'm going to rinse off my thing right here. So one of the things that I also, hopefully you can hear me, do with the kefir, this kefir right here, which I am going to put in a smaller container. In fact, I can do that right now. Is you could take some of this, like for instance, we're going to have broccoli tonight, so you know I can just go ahead and do that right now. I'll put some in here. So we used to, when the kids were growing up, we had broccoli on our, cream cheese, sour cream on our broccoli, and everybody loved it. And when I'd have guests over, I would do the same thing, and everybody loved it. So instead of doing that now, if I have the Kefir cheese, that's what I'm going to do. So what I can do to this, take this, I can put some herbs in it, whatever flavor I want. I can put chives in it, a little granulated garlic, some salt, you could put cayenne pepper, whatever seasonings you like. You could make it any flavor. You could go Mexican flavor, you could go Thai flavor, you could go Indian flavor, just whatever things you want. So I'm just going to fish the Kefir grains out of here. In fact, I'm going to drain them a little bit like this with my fingers. Hands. There we go. And then I'm going to put them in the jar here. Now this is getting like a lot for this amount of milk that I'm doing. So the next time I do this, I'm going to separate the bag and put half in one bag and half in the other, because you know, it eats the Kefir grains. I'm just going to keep talking as I wash my container up. But the Kefir grains, they have to eat something, and they eat the sugar in the milk. They eat the lactose that's in the milk. That's why when you buy kefir in the store, and you can buy it, it's like a milk drink that you can buy, it's going to say lactose free on it. So anybody that has a is lactose intolerant can eat this, which is really great because it's so beneficial to have that bacteria. And one of the things I wanted to mention is that yogurt has, I think, about 7 different beneficial bacteria in it, but they don't have a little bit of milk left here from the other day. But it just goes through your system and it just cleans you out. It doesn't really do anything long term. I mean, all the commercials that talk about eating yogurt for digestion and all that, whatever they say, it's all good for it. It is good for that, but it's not long lasting. You have to keep eating the yogurt in order to get the benefit from it. Kefir, however, Kefir, and I'm just pouring the milk in here, filling it up. This is 4 cups. This is a quart. Pretty soon I'm going to have to do 2 of these. Tomorrow I'm going to do 2 of these, and boy, I got so much kefir. I know I keep stopping what I'm saying, but kefir, when you drink it, it establishes colonies of good beneficial bacteria in your gut. So it's something that it's the gift that keeps on giving, especially in this day and age when there's so many, bacterias that are resistant to antibiotics and things like that. There's all kinds of strains of viruses and bacterias out there that we have no way to counteract. So having a good, strong immune system and having your gut, which everything revolves around your gut. Your gut's everything. Your gut is just so important, and if you don't have a good balance of good beneficial bacteria in it, then all kinds of inflammation, diseases, and problems will occur from that. So my whole thing with the keto, we're getting healthy, we're eating good things, we're eating healthy eggs the chickens get to pick and eat worms, and always cracks me up when I hear about chickens on a vegetarian diet. It's like they love worms. They would choose worms over seeds any day. So anyway, but I have the little sack here with my kefir grains, and I'm just going to pop it in there and put a cover. This cover is not, I'm going to rinse it. This cover is not, it's got a little rubber gasket in it, but it's not really sealing. So we want to let this breathe. And then this is in a dark jar. I found these at Walmart. They were like, I don't know, $8 or $9 for 4 of them. So it's a little pricey, but I'm a jar freak, so I had to get a set for myself. Anyway, I got these. And what's nice about this, if you don't have a cupboard that you can put it in or whatever, you can always just leave it on the counter because it's dark. But I'm just going to go ahead and put it in the cupboard. Now, when you're doing this, you can get the milk a little warm in here because it says put it in room temperature. But I've not been able to slow these kefir grains down. They keep growing, and they keep giving me this kefir milk, which I make kefir cheese out of. So I guess that's all for today. Again, I wanted to mention too, I got this raw milk at the Honeyman store. You get 2 of these for $13. You can get raw milk at Trader Joe's in Arizona. I know in California you can get raw milk at Clark's or some of the health food stores. I like to use raw milk. The kefir grains are alive. They're using all the good stuff that's in the the raw milk, which hasn't been pasteurized, it hasn't been homogenized. You shake it before you use it, and that's what I like to use. But if you don't want to do that and you have something against it, or you just can't afford it, you can use regular milk. And again, I just want to quickly grab a packet of the kefir grains that you can buy. Actually, I take that back. They're not kefir grains. They're the kefir culture. And so here it is right here. You can say kefir, you can say kefir, however you want to say it. But I got this at Natural Grocers, and in Arizona, in Prescott, they don't carry this anymore. So we went up to Flagstaff a week or so ago, and they had some there, so I bought some there, and then I ordered some from a company called Swanson's. I think it's Swansons. I'm not the best speller, but it's Swanson's if you start typing it in. And they had this, and if I'm going to order, I ordered 4 of them and put them in the refrigerator. This is nice because when you make kefir with this, you have to bring the water or the milk up to 85 degrees. You want to bring it up almost up to a boil. And then you take it off, you let it cool down to 76 degrees, 77 or 76 degrees. And then you want to take the packet that comes inside of it and mix it with a small amount of the cooled milk, and then mix it with the total amount. And if you're going to do a whole quart, you'll need one of those containers like I had there, a glass container. And then once you do that, you put the cover on it, you put it in the cupboard, and again, 24 hours later, you've got your kefir milk. This doesn't have as much of the beneficial bacteria. It's got a little different than the kefir grains do. And this will kind of peter out after a while. You can use some of your old kefir, once your milk that you get from this, half a cup to a quart, and then you can inoculate a new batch, and you can probably do that 4 or 5 times, and then it's not gonna do as good a job. The kefir grains will live forever and ever and ever. If I could pass those grains down to my grandchildren, they'll just keep growing and multiplying, breaking off, growing, and that's my goal, actually, why I started doing the milk kefir grains again, because I don't drink that much milk, or eat that much kefir, but I've been blessing people with it. So, but my goal is to, be able to provide it, sell it on the internet, like I bought it, and that way, it's accessible for people to have. And you can buy those kefir grains freeze-dried. I think called Cultures for Health is website that you can go to get them, but you can just type kefir grains, milk kefir grains. Just a hint, water kefir grains are different. You mix sugar with water and tea. No, you don't do tea. It's just sugar and water. And you mix that and put the water kefir grains in, and then they kind of do the same thing. It's a little different. It tastes kind of a little beerish, and it does have a little bit of an alcohol content, maybe 1%, and then you can season it and flavor it. I stopped doing it a long time ago, but you can do that. This I like because I mix it with so many things. I use it for, like I said, like a sour cream, like you'd use a sour cream. Dessert, I mix it with strawberries and blueberries and blackberries, and to give it more of a keto friendly or boost, I mix a heavy whipping cream with it, and if I've made lemon curd, that goes in. And I think I did a little bit on the other video that's 22 minutes long, so I'm going to go with this one's 13 minutes, and I wasn't going to go this long. But anyway, my name is Rose. Thank you for watching. God bless you, and you have a great day, and hopefully you're making kefir. By the way, this is the sweetener that I was going to show you. Bye. Have a great day.